time for our April air around the Big Ten, where we start in Lincoln, Nebraska with Hale Varsity's Brandon Vogel. Brandon, what are you hearing about Tommy Armstrong Jr.'s status? We know that he's going through concussion protocol. And what have you seen from Riker Fife?
Yeah, Mike Riley said yesterday it'll probably be Thursday before we hear anything more about Tommy's status as he goes through the battery of tests. He's played in a ton of games. He doesn't necessarily have to practice to be able to play right away on Saturday. So it's sort of out of the coaching staff's hands. You know, Riker Fife is a guy we haven't seen a lot of. He obviously finished out the game last week. Played all of the game against Purdue, another loss for Nebraska in 2014. Doesn't have quite the mobility, doesn't have the run threat that Armstrong brings. So more of a sort of traditional pocket passer is kind of his makeup, which could work for Nebraska. You know, that's where this coaching staff sort of came from with Oregon State, but they're going to need some increased efficiency from the offensive line and the running backs, I think, to help Riker Fife out.
How have you seen this team respond after a 62-3 loss at Ohio State?
Yeah, it was a shocking one. Tuesday will be the first day they return to practice. I think they'll bounce back. You know, the part of what made last Saturday so hard to figure was not that Ohio State was better than Nebraska. I think a lot of people thought that was the case. But the margin of victory there, you know, the one thing we knew about Mike Riley's Nebraska teams over the first 21 games is that they had been in every game. They were the kind of team that didn't get blown out. So for the first one to happen, certainly raised some questions for not just Nebraska fans, but football fans across the country that were surprised by that result. But I think Nebraska will be okay. I think it will bounce back. The mood among the players didn't really feel that different yesterday than it had at any other point this year. So I'll go with the 21 games we've seen from Nebraska and how the team sort of responded to those versus the one that didn't quite work out for Husker fans.